Hello! So it's been a little bit since I've made a video, but I figured it's time because I miss it. But so today I'm gonna do a look based on a palette that I've also had for quite a while, similar to how I did a little while ago, one of my older palettes. So this one's actually inspired by a video I watched by Jay Kissa. So she's talking about dividing palettes into different sections to make it a little bit easier to work with. I'm actually going to talk about one of the palettes that she mentioned, the Anastasia Subculture palette. I've had it for a few months at least. I actually got it at TJ Maxx, so I don't know if you saw, but it was 20 bucks versus it doesn't say how much it actually was, but you know, regular luxury palette, probably like 60 bucks, I don't know. But anyway, I really liked the colors that it had. It was a flocked packaging. Not a huge selling point for me, but what I did like was the colors. So it has all these grungy colors and also some sparkly ones, and it seemed pretty different to me from a lot of the other palettes I was seeing. So of course, when people were talking about it not being great, I didn't want to spend full price on it, so I waited until I saw it at TJ Maxx. But regardless, not the entire point. So I'm gonna do a look with that because I want to. So we also have several other palettes that look pretty similar, but I'm gonna try to just use this one as more of a challenge. I got this Deco Scarlet palette also at some point last year, I think. And this is the only thing I got from them. I got a subscription for them, but I ended up only liking the palette that I ended up with. Didn't really like anything else they had as preview, so I just kind of decided to cancel it. So it's got some similar-ish colors. Could argue that they're very similar, but yeah. So I also have the Venus 2 palette from Lime Crime that I got also last year. But again, similar-ish colors, so except for the blue is pretty bright, but anyway, you can see there's kind of a theme here. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna stick to just that Subculture palette because I'd heard people talking about it online when it came out about it being really powdery, which is kind of true, but also about the colors not blending well together, and part of that is due to color theory, because you can't just blend red and green together and expect it to look good because they are opposite each other on the color wheel. So they're going to make brown or black when mixed together. So yeah, I'm going to try to make a, not sure what kind of look, but I did also do my nails in a similar fashion. So 3 different shades in the palette look pretty close to that, so I thought that was pretty fun. But I'm going to take some of the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This is the only one that I've ever gotten that was full size, so I didn't know that they all, well, I did, but this is the first one I've had with the doe foot applicator, which feels super weird. My eyeballs don't really appreciate it, they just want to tremble. But I guess they're supposed to do that for evolutionary purposes, but it feels kind of weird. Interesting observation about her current state of affairs. that actually seems pretty helpful to wear makeup to help you not touch your face, at least to me, because then I'll remember, oh, I have my makeup on, I don't want to mess it up, so I should extra not touch my face, because I have a bad habit of that anyway. So I'm gonna go in with the Dawn shade. It's a pretty neutral shade. It does have the brush that comes with it, which I don't mind. It's pretty convenient. So the fluffy end and then the tapered end, which is more like a filbert brush that you might know about if you're a painter. So it's flattened but also kind of rounded, so it's gonna be a little more controlled and also more versatile than just the fluffy end. But of course you can use other brushes. I have a whole stack of other brushes. Yeah, that fluffy brush is really good to put color in the crease, which is what I'm gonna do just to kind of even everything out. So it's still, I think, darker than my skin tone, which is fine. I'm not trying to cover it up. So I think I'm just gonna put it in the crease just to have a little bit of warmth in there. Again, color theory. But yeah, that primer potion is the only, I think it's the only full-size eye primer that I've ever bought, which I thought was pretty interesting. I had so many different ones from other sets of makeup and just subscription boxes and things like Ipsy and everything. So I had little teeny ones of this and other things, but never a full-size one. Never actually bought myself one. So that's what I bought with my last Sephora gift card that I earned through an app. Some of the bristles are coming out of this brush. Might be a little too rough with it. I do usually clean out my brushes with this little clean sweep sponge thingy. It makes it easy because I'm lazy. But yeah. So it does have, I did just blow some of it off, but it does have kick up in the pan, but I don't think it's really falling down on my face. But I'm not going to wear a foundation today because my skin is so sensitive. I'm going to only wear it when I really need to or want to. So again, trying to go in that J Kisser route because she doesn't wear a foundation because it irritates her skin. So if she can do it, so can I. Alright, I'm going to take that dark teal Axis shade on the flatter part of the brush, and I think put it in the, at least in the outer corner. A lot of times I don't plan out what I'm doing. I just kind of wing it. So if you kind of stamp it down, it does keep the color pretty opaque and saturated. And you can always blend it a little more later. But it does have like a crap load of fallout. But you can always brush it off. I think I'm gonna go like above my crease since I do have hooded eyes, because that's been pretty fun to do lately. So kind of connect it to the wing there. It's not gonna have a lot of space the way that I've done it, but I actually might leave it there and then fill in with another color, kind of join it here a little bit more. So as you can tell, I'm going to be pretty rambly today. This is the first time I've done my makeup since not going anywhere. I was doing my makeup a little bit before I stopped going into work just to, like I said, kind of challenge myself to do it and also to not touch my face. It's gonna be good for me to not touch my face regardless because my skin is so sensitive, but I'm not gonna worry too much about this being even. It's obviously not even, but this side has gotten a lot more blended out. So it's a little more graphic on that side and more blurred on that side. So that's usually the struggle, is to see what you've done on one side, try to match it, fail, try to match it again. So yeah, so I've got this blue teal color and then this warmer neutral beside it, and it actually makes that neutral stand out a little more as being more orange based, because blue and orange are opposite on the color wheel. So that warmth is really being amplified by the coolness of this green. Blue. It's more blue. There's another shade that's more green. So then, I think I'll go ahead and try to get some of the fallout off. And I do have this little Luxie brush, stippling brush, so you can see some of the fibers are short-ish and then the other ones are longer. It just makes it less dense. So it's supposed to help stipple in foundation or whatever, but also I think I only use it to wipe off fallout. So I'll go over that under eye area and just wipe it off. It pretty much gets it off. So, like I said, not a huge deal. So and I'm gonna try to figure out what else to do. So I could have done that mercury shade instead as the neutral, since it's more cool toned, but I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's why you have to be careful with this palette and other palettes, is if it seems more crazy in the color scheme, a little more disorganized. That's what JKSO was talking about. She was mostly talking about palettes that don't really make sense when you first look at them because it's overwhelming, but yeah, I think an added challenge with this palette is to be more aware of how it works together. So I really want to do a similar color scheme to my fingernails, because why not match? So the Axis shade is pretty similar to the blue, and then that would leave Adorn, that copper shade, and then Electric, which is a more duochrome shade. So I think I'll try to use those three. Let's see. So I'll take Adorn, which is a really metallic shade, which that brush does help with, and try to work that in somewhere. I might just put it in the inner corner. That kind of makes sense. And then I'm just going to press it in instead of blending it quite so much. Doing a little bit of both, but let's see how it works out. So it's fairly close in tone to that transition shade that I put in, which actually works out. It doesn't look too mismatched. It's so interesting how different each side can look. It's just like the angle sometimes. Since I'm not left-handed, I usually don't try to use my left hand, for this at least. So I like that quite a bit. So I might try to do, I guess kind of a halo eye with the electric in the middle. So I wonder if I should use one of these orange shades. So there's either Edge or New Wave. the edge is more cool toned. I might use that in the middle as more of a base for the electric shade. I think that would look pretty good. So since it's more, well, it is a matte shade, I'm going to use the fluffier brush. And of course you can always go back and build up that shade that's next to it in case it gets kind of knocked back. Like, that's a term for painting sometimes, is if you want to make something less bold so it doesn't take away the attention from the subject, you would knock it back. So I'm just gonna put that in the middle, sort of into the bronze copper shade. I'm not sure. I might just go ahead and put it next to. I don't know. There's a little bit of green in that electric shade, so I might just put the shade Untamed, that green. Might put a little bit in beside it to help blend into the Axis shade. Not sure if you can tell the difference. Certainly interesting. And of course, it's going to take a little bit of work to build everything up equally, so I've got like quite a bit of that yellow in the middle. That could just be because I was trying not to disturb the other colors. But okay, so I'm going to go back with the yellow shade on the other eye. Keep switching mirrors because the other one's actually fogged up. So I'm not sure when that happened. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I, for one, am doing pretty good. Getting a little stir crazy. Enjoying getting outside for walks, even though it's not as frequent as it would be if I were at work. So I work both inside and outside, so it's always nice to be able to get a breath of fresh air, but it's quite a bit more limited now. Yeah, this brush is just like falling apart. Could be too rough with it. It could just be crappy. Not sure. There. I'll go back in with the dawn a little bit to kind of blend in the crease a little bit. So kind of connect. I went a little bit higher with the copper shade than I did with the middle. Trying to keep my options open. That's what I usually do. Keep it open-ended until I see where it's going. Okay. I just need some more of that green. That's the word. I feel like I've been tripping over my words a lot lately. Like, I'm so used to talking. Not necessarily all day at work, but quite a bit. So now I feel like I'm being more quiet. More like I used to be, but it's kind of weird. Like, I feel like it's harder to find words and just like feel like my flow has been interrupted. I don't know if you would ever think of me as someone that would do public presentations, but that's a thing that happens. Quiet though I may seem. But who knows? Okay. I really like that. It's a little bit you need a little bit more of that dawn shade. So I've got some in this little corner here, but not on the other side. I think it kind of got blended out a little too much. Yeah. Okay. And then I did add some more copper and everything. I have some copper fallout in the inner corner, but I can fix it. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to do more videos. Some of them might be about things I've never talked about, at least on video before. Just to try to branch out a little more, which I already know. Except for that one video, I don't really get that many views, so what do I have to lose? Yeah, I had that one video about that Kat Von D palette, the Lolita, the second one, it had like 1,000 views or something. And that was after me ignoring it for like a month or so. Maybe not. Who knows what time means anymore. But yeah, I hadn't really looked at it. And I went back to check on it for some reason. I think somebody commented on it. But yeah, it had like at least 1,000 views. I was really surprised. Okay. So I really like that. How it's looking on top. So it's like metallic in the corners and the rest of it is matte. So I was gonna do the metallic in the middle, so I wonder if I want to put some in there, or if I just want to put that electric shade in the bottom. I guess I could start with it on the bottom and then see where it goes. You can always put eyeliner later. You can do whatever order you want, except with like primer, because then you can't put it on top. So this shade is gorgeous. I feel like it matches my hair right now, which you might be able to notice. My hair is not blonde. It has been many colors during the course of talking to you guys. But yeah, it's now bleached on top, and the green is still kind of there. So it's like green to yellow to kind of platinum in between, but so it's a happy accident because I've only bleached my hair a few times. I've never bleached it. Okay, I bleached it twice on the actual scalp area. So the last time I done it was like in October or September of last year, and then I've let it grow out. Not really supposed to have unnatural colors anymore for work, but I've been allowed to let it grow out. So now I'm just doing natural colors, but see how it turns out. Okay, so that's the electric and more of the Adorn, the copper shade in the corner. Not sure how well you can actually see it. So I'm going to connect the axis, the blue shade, down the outer corner on the bottom, just to kind of give it more shape. I might go away from the eye, just cause, fuck it. I've been really inspired by my friends and associates who are into drag. So I've been going to drag shows before the quarantine, and that's a ton of fun. And then I've also been seeing a lot of performers work on their portfolios while they're in quarantine, to make it easier to launch back into. And so that's one thing that's led me to want to get back into makeup. Of course, don't push yourself when you don't feel like it. That's what I gotta remember too. So it's kind of like geometric, but not really precise. But that's okay. Let's see. I did pick up too much color, and now I gotta figure out what to do with it. So kind of clean up the edge of this side, I guess. And I'm trying not to do like the same thing every time. Obviously, this is a departure, but it's usually some form of smoky eye with color or not. But gotta be more versatile than that if I feel like it, and I do. Okay. So I'm gonna go back with some more of the green, that Untamed, just to try to fill in a little bit with that transition. It's kind of messing with the effect of the geometry, but I think this is gonna make it a little more harmonious. So I'm trying to brush back up on my art terminology because I'm gonna try to do more art related videos. If that's something y'all will be interested in, keep an eye out for that, because what I do when I'm not working is art. I'm a painter, I'm a printmaker, I'm a drafts person. I'm a seamstress. So why not incorporate everything in together and see where the connections are? This may not be a captive audience, but hopefully a willing participating one. Just see where it goes. Okay, I'm gonna take more of the electric shade and put it actually in the halo area of the upper lid, because I think it needs that. I do have that spatula tool that I could use. I'm not sure if I want to. So there's a little bit of difference there, at least with the reflect. But I'm glad that I put that base underneath it. I feel like it really helps it out. Maybe should have done that on the bottom, but we're learning together, right? So, certainly looking interesting. Alright, I'm gonna brush off some more fallout with a blue. And there's another here. I'm so tempted to just put purple under my eyes since I do have the dark under eyes. But I've had that since I was a kid. I was told I had natural eyeshadow. So, I do have that mercury shade, which is purplish. I could put some of that down there if I want to. See how it goes. Oh yeah, I think that does help. Well, it does something. Could just look like a black eye. So one thing I've been doing is painting from photographs, which is a no-no when you're learning, but I think it's okay once you have learned to draw from life. So I've gotten one piece done that is of a selfie, but also adding in some aquatic creatures. So I think that's going to continue as a theme. Yeah, I think I'm going to add in more green at the ends of this, just to kind of play off the shape. I don't know what to do with eyeliner at this point. But my phone is telling me it's almost out of space, even though I got a memory card. So let's see. It's always funny when you have glasses to just put them on and then completely cover up what you've just done. But I would say that makes a lot of sense, that I'm using this color and this shape considering the glasses. Alright, so if you want to see, I do have quite a bit of kickback, but you can always blow it off. Alright, so then eyeliner. I do have some colored eyeliner. I have this Marc Jacobs eyeliner. I have a brown one. I think that might work. Let's see what else do I have. Again, lots of random stuff since I used to have subscription boxes. I do have this NYX faux black though. That might work better. So it's a blue navy shade. That might work with the outer part of this at least. Oof. I need to sharpen these. I will be careful. It's not quite the same color. I did actually get a few more of those faux black eyeliners. But that looks interesting to say the least. Then I think I might take an eyeliner pen, felt tip eyeliner, that's the word, and try to incorporate that. It's funny, I got a clear bag and I still can't see what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna get just a little bit of eyeliner around the eyes themselves. Just for definition. I think that does help. That's one thing I do with my non-dominant hand is eyeliner, because I feel like it's so much harder to do it otherwise. I've gotten too thick on that side as always. I'm trying not to go all the way down into the inner corner because I still want to put some of that cube shade. That white highlight shade. I think I want to put it in the inner corner. Yeah, I think it would look pretty cool. I really like it. It's a light. Obviously it's a light color because it's white, but it has a pearl iridescence to it. Might not be able to see. But I do have that NYX spatula type tool, it might help a little more since this is a similar shade to what I've been using those with. Okay, I can see it more. Not sure if you can. So I'm gonna go back in with the other side of this with the electric shade to brighten it up a little more. It's gotten a little lost. Yeah. I think you can see it better now. This is like using your fingernail, but not your fingernail, your fingertip, but more precise, and then you're not using the oil from your skin to disturb that pigment. So I think that's pretty much good. And get another little bit of the blue down in where the eyeliner is on the bottom. Just a little bit. So we don't look quite so disjointed. Okay. A little more. I think I forgot some green at the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself. Getting a little too large, I think, but that is okay. Another fallout check. Alright, I'm gonna do a little mascara, I guess. I think I do need to buy more mascara because everything I have seems to make my eyes angry. So in that case, you know, I'm not even gonna do it. I'll do a little blush and a little highlight. I think it'll be good. So I am obviously still using a lot of the KVD products just to use them up. I don't know if I'm gonna buy anything else, and not just to like boycott anything, but I need to cut back on everything regardless, because I have a tendency to spend too much. But yeah, of course, disappointed that it seems like what was my favorite beauty brand is not quite done, but I had to get to a point where they had to get rid of the person that inspired it. But that's what happens when you're a racist. Now, I'm of course torn about it and don't want anyone to be hurt by it. Because no one deserves to be made to feel less than. But it's all a big mess. Like somebody that you looked up to as a kid and thought was super cool and inspiring turns out to be a jerk for one reason or another. That's always disappointing. But I value the majority of people who don't deserve to be made to feel bad about who they are than just one person that has a huge ego. So I'd definitely say it's a process and difficult to reconcile, but there's always talk of people being able to separate the art from the artist, which sort of seems like what's happening with the KVD beauty thing. They obviously have gotten rid of the artist and are pretty much trying to separate themselves from her as best they can. So I'm sure they're going to try to sell everything they have that's associated with her, at least in terms of having her name on it. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. A lot of people haven't bought things from the brand for so long because of how she comes off and things that she's said and done, either what she's denied or not. I would say it is hard to separate art from artists, especially if that artist seems so much a part of that art. Like, I certainly struggle with people that I have looked up to before Me Too, and after realizing that they're not as great as you thought, it's definitely hard. I think everything's more complicated than we want it to be. And that's just a fact. Alright. I think I'm done. Let's see. So I finished up the eyeliner and the eyeshadow itself. I've got some blush, highlighter, and lipstick, but this is always where it seems like a harder decision to cover up the redness, because I do have rosacea and very sensitive skin, so you might be able to tell that only this part, a little here, are red. Like, the rest of my face is fine. It can get irritated, but not nearly as much as the rest of my face. So that's one reason. So yeah, like I was saying, that's one reason I've been avoiding doing makeup, is it seems like almost anything can really aggravate my face. But I have started taking medicine for the rosacea, so I think it's just a matter of narrowing down things that really affect my skin. So I do wonder if the setting spray is irritating it, because I hadn't had face on my hair. That can be a trigger for it. I didn't actively put any makeup on my cheeks here. Just put a little setting spray, but it does have a scent to it. It doesn't say on the bottle what it's made of, but it's supposed to have a cucumber scent to it, which is supposed to be soothing, which that wouldn't make sense as to it making your skin irritated, but it, like most things, is a process of figuring out what helps and what doesn't. So I think scent can really affect how your skin feels. So yeah, I'm gonna stop there makeup wise, but I am pretty happy with how this turned out. It's a little bit of a different shape. Ended up blending it a little more than I thought I would, but I do kind of like that more graphic area above the crease, since eyes fully open, there's a crease there. But with it closed, it would disappear. And depending on the angle, it might not be there. But anyway, I hope I haven't rambled too much. It's been over an hour, I think. But hopefully you've enjoyed hearing my thoughts, and I would love to hear some of your thoughts, even if you disagree with me. That's why it's called a discussion and not Jessica's right about anything. I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are staying safe and entertained, and I will talk to you hopefully pretty soon.